Thank you for listening to the Business Blast podcast. So for all my listeners out there that have been wanting to do your own podcast, I'd like to introduce to you Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. So before I found Anchor, I had never actually done a podcast because all the research that I had gathered made it seem very complex. Then I found Anchor, and Anchor makes podcasting extremely simple. So if you want to do your own podcast, go to anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Welcome to the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with all the resources you need to become a successful author. You can learn more about Authors Unite and join the free community at authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today I have Ahmed Khalil with us. He is an ex-principal, ex-administrative director, coach, executive, transformative, administrative, and career, crypto investor, and ICO advisor. Ahmed likes genealogy, history, technology, and traveling. So welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. I'm pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too, man. Thank you for coming on. We'll dive in. The first one I got for you is, what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
Well, I kept developing myself professionally over the past 13 years. Even in my hardship times, I kept my positive energy high and never stopped trying to improve myself professionally and personally. As well as improving others through kiva.org and through the groups I created to help educators on Facebook.
And what's the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
Well, everyone in the world would benefit from coaching in various ways. However, not everyone understands what is coaching.
And what is your best piece of overall business advice, so not necessarily industry specific?
Treat others with love, integrity, and respect. It will pay back in ways and times you never expected.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
To focus on professional development, find a coach and a mentor just before joining college.
And in your opinion, what is the key to happiness?
Doing what you really want while making people around you happy.
And what is the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
The Holy Quran. I learned reflecting and thinking and not taking things as it is.
And what is your favorite quote and why?
The famous Persian poet Rumi. He said, somewhere beyond right and wrong, there is a garden. I will meet you there. I like it because it tells us that we have more common ground than our differences.
I love that. Thank you so much for coming on, man. The last question I have for you before we let you go is, where is the best place for people to find you online?
Through my LinkedIn profile. It's www.linkedin.com/in/AAKWAQF.
Perfect, man. Thank you again for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.